Hello, New Rochelle. This is Superintendent Jonathan Raymond, and welcome to another edition of What Matters Most. We are live in studio at Trinity Elementary School, where what you do matters every day. I have a special guest with me, our new Director of Family and Community Engagement, Eddie Castro. But before we get to Eddie, here's some good news. A great place to learn is in the outdoors, and Ward Elementary School has just opened its outdoor classroom. It's a beautiful space that will provide new opportunities for student learning. The students are really excited about the space, and we're excited for them too. We're also excited that Huguenot Academy has a new home and learning space. Our program just opened up at its new site at 140 Huguenot Street on the campus of Monroe College. This is the first full week of classes in the new location, where students will have the opportunity to earn college credits while they're still in high school. Congratulations to our Huguenot Academy students, teachers, and staff on making the move. And now, some fun facts. Did you know that the City School District of New Rochelle is one of 731 school districts statewide, which is educating 2.5 million public school students? And did you know that this is spring concert season in our schools? And just this week alone, there have been more than 10 concerts and plays in our schools. If you haven't had a chance to get to one, I hope you will soon. And this is also National Dirty Dishes Day. So if you left those dishes in the sink while you went to enjoy a concert or a play, now might be a good time to clean them up. And speaking of sinks, did you know that the City School District of New Rochelle has more than 1,000 sinks? And that's a sink for every 100 students. Just a few fun facts. And now, I want to welcome Eddie Castro. Hello, Eddie.
How are you?
Welcome. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
It's great. Listen, I was hoping that you could share with us a little bit about your background and, how did you end up coming to New Rochelle? We're really glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I came to New Rochelle after spending 10 years in New York City and Chicago. Prior to that, I spent some time in Boston, and I've always been involved in the realm of education. I ran an alternative high school program in Boston, and what I realized was that low-resource schools don't have resources for students to excel, and that really got me involved with community engagement, community involvement. And then during my time in Chicago, I realized, wow, parents really don't know or are unaware of the resources or information they need to know to support their child. And slowly but surely, I became kind of like a family and community engagement guru, which led me to New York City. I spent the past 6 years in New York City, and as a community school director, I was responsible for both increasing family engagement and bringing community partnerships into the school setting. And from 2015 to 2022, I essentially started growing programs into school to serve families and students, and then took that skill set and applied it to other schools throughout New York City and across the country.
Can you just share for us, why family and community engagement matters so most?
Right. It's funny, two things come to mind. The first one is a school can't exist without family and community engagement. When you think of a school, you think of an elementary school, you have parents dropping off their children to school. You see the parents dropping off their kids. Teachers can't educate, can't do their job if there's no kids in the classroom. What if a student or a family needs food, but there's no resources in the building? You need a community partner that has a food bank and willing to provide a bag of food once or twice a week. All of that is essential to really support children as they go through their education. The second thing that came to mind during the pandemic, believe it or not, was every effort at engaging with the school counts. So a lot of times people are concerned, parents are concerned, I can't come to a meeting, I can't do it. But they can respond to an email. They can text their teacher if they got an update about their child's performance. Community partners can post their flyers on a school website. Some community partners are looking to recruit kids. There's so many entry points, and that's what's exciting about family and community engagement is like there is no wrong way of going about it, and there is a place for everyone to engage. And that's what I kind of hope to bring to New Rochelle, a little bit of that flavor to it.
Yeah. Have you found the community and our families, hungry and eager for this kind of engagement and involvement?
Yes, I've been in the community for a little over a month, and I have received the warmest welcome from families, from teachers, principals, and the first thing that is like, we're so lucky to have you, we're glad you're here, and here are my ideas.
Right.
The ideas come from like, how can we get teachers, students, and parents together for a fun night of bingo? Or how can we tell all our kids and our families what to expect in elementary school or high school or middle school? And the right answer is like, we should and we will.
Right.
And the beauty of it is it's not just academic. There really is a sense of wanting to bond and have fun together. I think that's a result of the pandemic and really just the community reopening, right? One New Rochelle, all together moving forward. And it's a very daunting task in terms of all the ideas, but I'm excited to get rolling.
Yeah, I think there's what I take from that, there's so many resources within our community. And our schools certainly can't do it by themselves. And the true definition of a community schools is when you open yourself up and you're open for business, and you're able to tap into so many resources that are available in our community. And I love that you stole my tagline, we are one New Rochelle. Yeah. Well, we really are, and that's why we have to all continue to work together.
Yep.
What are your hopes and dreams for this work, Eddie?
My hopes and dreams are to continue that, so I just kind of shared what families come to me, staff members, social workers, assistant principals. We're so lucky to have you, we're happy to have you, and let's do this. My hope is, nice to see you, welcome back, that event was great. And that event was great means to me is that our families are able to access the workshops, the resources, whatever it is that we're providing, they're able to actually benefit and learn from it and grow from it. That the stakeholders, whether teachers, principals, assistant principals, they saw value in the resource being delivered and also really valued the families coming into the building. That is a thriving community. When all of us are together, educators, students, and families, community partners, we will rise, and it'll be great for our kids.
Right. Can you give folks watching a little sneak peek about what's going to be coming, what they can expect with family and community engagement? Just a little peek.
Yeah, I can share that when I came to the district, there are so many different programs and resources available within the district and around the community. One of my first commitments was cleaning it up and really making it easy to digest and really accessible to where can I find something to find a resource. Working on a web page where it really is simplified, resources for students, resources for parents, and where I can find different resources. And it really is clearing it up so people know where to find the resources, and also so stakeholders like our community partners, to name a few, Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, Iona College, they know where to come and be like, we have this great resource, we have this training that we can train our students to become civic leaders or youth leaders. We want to engage. How do we do that? And I believe if all of it is transparent and there's a clear way to find that information, we will be able to implement that.
Great. Has there been one event or something you've been to or gone to that's really surprised you that you want to share?
Yes, so I'll share that New Rochelle is ahead of the curve. I attended an event at Columbus, a Mother's Day event, I think it was 2 weekends ago, co-hosted with the Boys and Girls Club, again, a great example of community partnerships partnering with the district. And it was terrible weather. I don't know if you remember that weekend. It was non-stop rain. Everything was just soaked. And I emailed them, I think the morning, I'm like, is the event done? Like, oh, we're ready, we have an indoor plan. I get to the Boys and Girls Club, and they had put a bouncy house inside the gym, which in Chicago, New York, and Boston, everyone, when there's rain, they just run and they hide, and it's not gonna happen. Not at Columbus, not at Boys and Girls Club, New Rochelle, we're gonna have the bouncy house, that was there. Hot food line, that was there. Educational component about the migration to New Rochelle, there was a gallery walk with the history of New Rochelle, that was there.
I've seen that, that's amazing.
And that just showed me the potential.
Right.
That's a baseline. It's a great baseline to strive for, and I'm looking forward to it.
So there we go, New Row.
Yep.
New Row strong. So you've been to a lot of cities, so I got to put you on the spot. Yankees, Mets, Cubs, White Sox, or Red Sox fan?
Ooh, I know this is like a loaded question.
Maybe I don't want you to answer.
Yeah,
All right. Well, listen, it's been great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So much for your work. We are thrilled that you're here. And I can tell you, New Rochelle, with Eddie on board and all the connections and the partnerships, this work is going to just, simply continue to explode. We're really glad that you're here. That's going to do it today for What Matters Most. I'm really glad that you could join us. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. All right. See you later, New Rochelle.